and there was a television show called The Other Side, and it was kind of a paranormal, metaphysical talk show. It wasn't on long. A minister was the host, and they had different people of different metaphysical talents and paranormal background and whatnot share whatever their expertise was. And on one particular occasion, they had a woman teaching automatic writing. I didn't even know what that was, but I was kind of open and I had nothing else to do, and I sat down and I tried this, and 18 pages later, I sat with information that I knew was something because I felt a different bodily sensation while I did it, but I had no idea what it meant because it looked like a combination of hieroglyphics, Arabic, something, totally unlegible. But I took those 18 pages and I carried them around to anybody that I thought might be able to interpret them for me, and nobody could. But they would always ask, well, where'd you get this from? I'm like, I never knew what to say. So finally I ended up hiding it, just, on a shelf and let it alone. But what I realized at the time was that there is something to this. So when I did my morning meditation, I figured, let me practice the automatic writing then. So what I did was I'd make a list of questions, should I do this, should I go here, should I go to this party, should I date this guy, should I, whatever. Nothing, life-changing, but just the day in and day out things that I wanted to encounter, I was going to ask for better advice. So I started getting yes, no, and then sentences, paragraphs, and pages of information that I could read. And it turned out to be extremely useful. And what I learned is, I was in the habit, I pray to God, but I never stopped to figure out maybe I should wait and see what he has to say. And his instructions to me were fabulous. They were very useful, and I thought, what a great resource. I mean, if you go to the person that has, or any kind of an individual who has the pulse on everything in the universe, you can have some really good, reliable information to make decisions with. And it was great, as long as they followed what I was getting. I didn't always want to follow what I was getting because I didn't like what I always heard. And there was plenty of times where I wanted to do it my way because either I thought it worked in the past, or I thought it would be something I prefer doing than what I was recommended doing. And of course that we have free will, you can still do whatever you want. I did learn somewhat the hard way that it's not always a good idea to do what you want. It is sometimes better to listen to somebody that is in the know. I still resist. There are plenty of times where I still want to do it my way. And I'm still learning that that doesn't always work. But I'm still human, and I have a great skill, a great resource, and I'm still stubborn at times. But the ability to connect to a higher source, to God, or in my case now, here to talk to you about the book tonight, the archangels.